It's an honor to be presenting the topic Tantra Yoga amongst you all this evening. And before even starting, I would say life throws a lot of things to us, right? So we were supposed to start at 7 o'clock. Suddenly, a technical glitch. Some of us where we do not know what to do. Like, is a program happening or not happening? And at Mohan sir's end, Mohan sir is a very, is an expert in handling all these things. Suddenly crashed, and how are we managing all these things? See, basically, this is the what we call as the knowledge, or to handle things even in a very difficult situation. How can we handle things very easily? Tantra Yoga gives you that techniques and the tools. So I guess this I'm starting the program. Just a second. Yes. So, sir gave me the introduction. Yes, I have done my master's in yoga from Tamil Nadu Sports and Physical Education University, and I have learned from different masters. So, as soon as I finished learning yoga, I mean, as a graduation, immediately we would want to teach others also, because yoga provides a wonderful remedy for so many issues. And people generally take yoga as a way of it's like an exercise or to keep you physically fit, but yoga offers a lot more than that. And when I was teaching yoga to people, what I could realize is not everyone were getting the benefits of it. See, for example, when I say yoga, or when everyone say yoga, we immediately relate only to asanas or the pranayama. But in yoga, there are a lot more and more and more, like bandhas, and we have different types of yoga as well. And why I'm saying this, a lot of people were not getting the benefit. I was able to feel a gap. Reason is, when people think it is only asanas, some of them may not be able to sit down. Some of them may be having the hip pain or the low back pain. All those people, and most of the people, I see these days, they were not able to sit down, cross-legged. When they were not able to do the asanas, basically the benefits that they can derive from the asanas, they were not getting. So I was just thinking, I'm a very, very strong a believer in our ancient systems. Our Indian ancient systems has got so much to do, to give to the people. So I was thinking there should be some way out for this. So in this search, I learned many things, many masters, many programs I've attended. And when I went to the teacher of Tantra Yoga, my guru for Tantra Yoga is Dr. John B. Nayakam. So when I attended his program, initially I did not believe, because I was just thinking what he says is very, very simple. When we do asanas, basically we need to stretch, and a lot of pain is involved. But by doing mudras, they are very simple gestures, and certain exercises, they are very, very simple. But when I was taught, I was told that this clears a lot of problems. This has got a lot of health benefits, but I could not believe it at that point in time when I learned it. So but then I practiced it. I did not, at that time when I learned, I was working in a corporate. I do not have any connection with yoga as such. I'm completely into corporate, working for sales, collections, customer service. That was my core. I never even believed that I will come into Tantra Yoga. I will come into yoga and teach yoga or present in front of you all like this. So the one point that I would like to tell is, the session that you're attending today is very, very, very important. It might look very simple, but it gives immense benefits. So without taking much time, I'm presenting. I hope all of you can see the screen. Just a second. Can you all see the screen? Can anyone answer?
Uma, we are not able to see your screen.
Not able to see.
No.
We are not seeing.
Can you all see now?
Now we can see.
Yes.
You can bring it up in a full screen mode.
Thank you. So I welcome you all officially to this Tantra Yoga workshop, Tantra Yoga session, the webinar on Tantra Yoga. So before starting, I would like to introduce my guru and my salutations to my guru. I learned this valuable uh, yoga, Tantra Yoga from Dr. John B. Nayagam. He's a senior physician, diabetologist, doctor by profession. He's an alternate health consultant and a wonderful guru who has, creating more and more people, giving more awareness about this simple yet powerful technique to the whole world. So with my salutations, I'm starting this session with misconceptions about Tantra Yoga. The reason why I'm starting with misconceptions is, as Arun sir said, when they say Tantra, the very word Tantra is very negative, seems to be very negative to us, isn't it? They say that in Tamil we say Romba Tantra Manavan, which means someone who's going to cheat us, something. This word says a shortcut. But here we have to take it in a way, it is not cheating, but it is being smart. Whatever we want to achieve in our life, we can achieve it by using very, very small, simple techniques, by keeping ourselves healthy, being mindful and taking very, very small, short steps where you can actually reach your aim, your goal. And there are a lot of techniques that we can do. And Tantra Yoga talks much about the energy. The one thing, first thing, the misconception that I would like to clear about Tantra Yoga is, when I say Tantra, immediately people go and check in the Google, you can find it's all about sex. You can see many sexual postures, they talk about the sexual massages, etc., etc. So that's what you can find. So the first thing I would like to clarify here to uh, give you clarity is, Tantra Yoga has got nothing to do with any sexual things. Okay, it is all about the energy. When we say energy, each of us have energy, male energy and the and feminine energy. All of us have. Now I'm a female, I also have masculine energy and the feminine energy inside me. All of us have that. And by concentrating this energy, we can unfold many energies within us. So that is what I'm trying to say. Like, no, this has got nothing to do with sex. This is not the union of men and women, wherein this is the union of the energies together. So this is something which is, we have to make it very, very clear in our head. The Westerners, they take Tantra Yoga as a sexual form, but actually it is not so. To go deep into that, we have two branches called Dakshinacharam and Vamacharam, where in Dakshinacharam it is all about the health and all the goodness. Vamacharam also includes practices like Ashtakarma. So I guess many of you will be knowing what is Ashtakarma. But wherein we talk about the Dakshinacharam, where people, all of us can get a lot of health benefits by practicing Tantra Yoga. And in general, when we talk about yoga, yoga itself has got a lot of, there are a lot of misunderstanding about yoga. People take it as a form of exercise, and they feel that yoga is more towards the Hindu practices. That's how it has been conceived, wherein it is a very, very wrong or the misunderstanding about yoga. Like how the rays of sun or the breeze or fire, the five elements, how it is very useful. Likewise, yoga is useful for each and every living being in this world. So we have to be very clear. Wherein in Hinduism, what we have done is, they've taken all the best practices, put it inside that, and they have given it as a package. But yoga has not, it is not something which is related only to Hinduism. It is open for everyone in the world. So by practicing yoga as such, I'm talking about any form of yoga. I have seen in the same platform, I have seen many trainers presenting the same subject, mudras, chakras, and one yogini, Uma Maheshwari with my own name. She has also presented various subjects on pranayama. All are wonderful ways. So there is nothing that this is good, this is bad. Any form of yoga is very good. And I very strongly recommend each of us should do something for our health. So this is the misconception that I wanted to clear about yoga. And this is not religion based. However, I will be presenting, in my presentation, I will be showing some of the pictures of gods, just to make the understanding, just to clarify certain things. So Again, I'm getting back to the presentation. So when I say yoga is not Tantra Yoga, there is a lot of misconception. So what is this Tantra Yoga? Yoga means the union. It is to unite. And Tantra Yoga is the easy method to unite. So this is nothing but the union of the body, mind, and the energy. So we talk a lot about energy in this Tantra Yoga. So we all know we have energy inside us and we have energy outside us. We call that as the universal energy or the cosmic energy. So in Tantra Yoga, we are going to learn a lot about this energy. To make it very simple, I would say like the physical world. This physical world, we are able to sense this physical world by our five senses. We are able to see through our eyes, smell through our nose, taste through our tongue, and like that, each and every organ is useful to sense the physical world. Wherein it is just not the physical body. Apart from our physical body, we also have something called as the energy body. So many of us say, right, I'm feeling very tired. When we say that, which is nothing but the lack of energy. So we talk about the energy, but many of us do not really feel that energy as such. When we talk about this energy body is generally not detected by the ordinary scientific instruments. And so when we say the energy body, can we take an X-ray of it? Can we take a scan of it? No, it is not possible, but we can feel it. And this energy body, it consists of aura, chakras, and nadis. I hope some of you may be aware of these terms, aura, chakras, and nadis. So what is this aura? Aura is a cloud or a mist-like structure that is surrounding our physical body. So generally people say, when you talk something brilliantly, they say, in Tamil they say, no, unna suthi oru oli vattum theriyudha அப்படிம்பாங்க, you're glowing or something like that. So which means they are only relating to this aura. Now, all these things are very, very, very ancient concepts. If you see the temples, you visit the temples, you can see around that idol, you can see the structure. That is nothing but the aura that the sculptures have done. And the chakras are the energy centers. They are also present in the energy body. And these chakras, basically, we call that as the powerhouses of energy. These chakras, they absorb the cosmic energy and they transforms it to the other types of or the other forms of energy. And we say nadis. What are these nadis? These are also present in the energy body, and these are the pathways of energy. So whatever energy that we have, it has to be reached to all parts, and these are the pathways through which the energy is circulated. So in general, we say there are 72,000 nadis in Siddhar songs. We can hear there are 72,000 nadis, and there are important nadis in our body called Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna. We will learn about all these nadis, in depth. When we learn, we can know about each and every nadi, how it is useful, and we by having the knowledge about these things, we can basically minimize our visit to the doctors also. So acupuncture channels are also nadis. So to be very simple, to say it very simply, Tantra Yoga is a science that deals with energy. So this is nothing to be, there is nothing, no negativity in this. It is very simple, and we all, we should know about this very simple science. To understand Tantra Yoga, the knowledge about energy is necessary, and this is no rocket science actually. I generally tell in my sessions that, I'm not a doctor, but I have learned this Tantra Yoga and I'm practicing this Tantra Yoga. I'm an advanced level practitioner. I'm practicing this Tantra Yoga for the last 8 years and I've got immense benefits, but I'm not a science student also. So whatever I'm talking generally, it is all the science that we learned only up to 10th standard. So anyone can know this. It is not required that you should have learned yoga or you should be a science person. Not required. This is a very, very simple thing that we can understand. So when we talk about this Tantra Yoga in today's session, how we are going to go about is I'm going to talk to you all about some of the mudras, very, very simple gestures, and then I'm going to talk about a little bit of chakras and how these chakras will help us to lead our life easily. And when we say about the chakras, we talk about the seven important chakras. There are more chakras in our body. We can classify them as, major chakras, minor chakras, tiny chakras. But the very important seven chakras in our body are Muladharam, Swadhisthanam, Manipuram, Anahatam, Vishuddhi, Agnya, and Sahasrara. These are there in our body, and you can see in this picture, these are the seven chakras. They are there in our, and each and every chakra, it relates to a different character. This is just not about, having the knowledge, but it is about implementing this, in our life, so that we can have a very easy and simple life. We need not complicate in this world, especially the current scenario. We talk about so much of emotional disturbances. When we understand about our chakras, we can actually have lead a very, very, very peaceful life. And then today we are also going to learn about some of the breathing techniques. We are going to see how our breathing is. Are we really breathing in the right way? So these are the things that we are going to see for today. So I'm going to teach you some of the very important mudras, because just as a webinar, I'm. It is just not about the knowledge sharing in this current situation, especially the second spike of corona, and now everyone is much tense. We do not know, people who have taken the vaccine, are we really going to get it once again, or how it is? People say that the second, the mutated virus is going to be very, very, more serious, and it's going to give us more problems. All of us are there in a very, very, tensed mind state. And also people who've already got COVID, are will they also be getting it? We do not know. So at this juncture, not only giving you the knowledge, but I'm also going to teach you some 2 3 mudras, which is really going to give you the benefit, to build your immunity. By practicing these mudras, you can basically build your immunity, and we can protect our lungs. So this is how the session is going to be, and I'm starting my session with the mudras. A lot of, I mean, most of us will be knowing what mudras are, and especially in the recent times, we get to learn. Many people have started teaching mudras. I'm really happy that people have taken up to spread this wonderful knowledge, because this is very, very simple to practice. And what these mudras are, these are mudras, they are a part of very ancient science and art. I call it as a science, because this is something that it can be proven. Science just do not believe in anything, it needs proof. So by practicing mudras, you get a lot of health benefits, and all of them are proved. So it's a science, and also it's a part of the art. In dance, you can find mudras. And it is not only we, generally people say mudras are found in India only. It is not so. It is found in all the civilizations. And these are very, very simple hand postures. What are the advantages by practicing mudras? Basically, these are very, very, very simple one. You have to just know how to do mudras, and it doesn't have, you need not have a separate time to do mudras. You can do mudras even while you are traveling. So it is easy to learn and practice anywhere, anytime, anyone, which means that even on the go, you can practice some of the mudras. Of course, yes, in a advanced level mudras to be done during meditation, but I'm talking about the basic mudras which can be done even on the go while traveling. So it is very, very easy to do. And about mudras, you can see most of the pictures of the gods in statues. Gods will be showing some of the, as they are holding some of the mudras. I'm just showing for you, for example. You can see here in this thing, Lord Ganesha is showing a mudra, and this is called as the Abhaya mudra, which means do not fear. So basically, these mudras have some meaning to it. Jesus Christ, he is holding a mudra, and you can see Lord Vishnu, he is holding a mudra, and Lord Buddha, he is holding a mudra. So all these mudras have a lot of, these are all something related to energy, and each mudra has got a lot of benefit, and we should know which mudra to do for, what problem. And these are the integral part of traditional dances. You can see in Bharatanatyam, in they say Natya Nadagam, where just with the mudras and the music, they say the whole story. So that important in that's why we call it as a art form. And also in religious practices, we adopt mudras. Not only Hinduism, in Christianity, we have this. In Islam, in their dua, they have a lot of mudras. And especially in Hinduism, when we do the homam, the yagam, we do a lot of mudras in that. When we say meditation, even a person who do not know anything about the mudras, when we say, okay, let's do meditation, immediately they sit down, they hold this. We do not know what this really means, but when we say meditation, it is always accompanied with mudras, right? Not only that, it is just not these things. Even in our day-to-day life, we use many mudras. We do not really realize that this we are doing mudras. Can anyone tell me what are those mudras? I mean, which you do in your life? Let me uh, hear from some people at least. Kindly switch on your video and let me know. Monson, any try? Anyone? I can see a lot of people who have learned this. They will be knowing, but others. See, generally, when you're telling someone, when you're motivating someone, you say yes, all the best. Yes, isn't it? In our WhatsApp, these days we don't even say yes, no. We say thumbs up, thumbs down, right? And many times when you're doing something along, a decision making or a very serious thought process happening in your head, you kind of keep your hand like this. Yes, most of us do this, especially in examination. Let us go back to our school times, college times. We would have read, we would have studied, but at that moment we might not get into our head. We immediately keep doing this, something like that. All of us would have done this. And we say victory, challenging. So all these things are mudras, and each of us are doing some kind of a mudra every day. We say, don't do this, right? When you're angry, we say, don't do this. And we are too angry, you want to, hit someone, you show this. All these things are nothing but mudras. But we do not realize that we are doing mudras. So when I talk so much about the mudras, we should also know what we actually gain. Only then we will have that interest in doing these mudras, right? So what is that we gain by doing the mudras? They are very simple. First and foremost thing is that we get the freedom from diseases. At this juncture, having a healthy life is something which is very, very important, right? And now COVID has come, but before that we had a lot of problems. So diseases is something that actually collapses, whole thing, the whole family, it just shutters. So basically, keeping ourselves disease free is very, very important, and that's a real freedom. So by practicing mudras, we'll get freedom from diseases. When we say freedom from diseases, I would say like prevention is the best thing, right? So when we know we have some problem, especially for example, if people are in the family, if you have cardiac issues, in the family, if you have diabetes, we can make the children in the family to practice mudras at an early age so that they can prevent these diseases. Okay, so practicing mudras basically prevents from getting into the disease. So once we have the disease, we get into the disease, it also helps in the cure of diseases. When I say the cure of diseases, we are classifying as two things, that is acute disorders and the chronic diseases. For acute disorders also, mudras are helpful, and for chronic diseases also, these mudras are helpful. But we need to understand, any disease, just it doesn't come inside our body immediately. It takes time and then comes inside the body, and you have to do mudras, continuously to get rid of these diseases. And in some cases, mudras also work as a first aid in emergencies, you know, especially in times of heart attack. This really helps as a first aid. So this is a saying which I always keep telling in all the arenas where I give a speech. Wealth could not buy health. Very, very, very important. Yes, but health could create wealth. Why am I saying this? It is very true, isn't it? Now, if you see, so many people have died of COVID. Many people are rich. They can actually buy treatment. We can only, with our wealth, we can only buy treatment, but we could not buy health. WHO says health is just not the absence of disease. It is much more towards it, much more than that. So being healthy is very, very important. If we be healthy, we can do a lot of things. We can be more productive. We can, explore more things, and we can become wealthy. So this thing is very, very, very important. In Tamil, we say "Suvar illamal sittiram varai mudiyadu," which means if the wall is good, then we can paint as per our wish. But the wall has to be, kept intact, kept properly. So moving on, emotional well-being. That's what I was talking some time back. Emotional well-being is very, very important. Now, especially the current condition, even very strong people, they are emotionally shaken. Something happens to our health, we are emotionally shaken. Even when a common cold comes at this juncture, even the healthy people, they are getting little jittery. Yo, what's going to happen to me? So this emotional well-being is very, very important. When we talk about emotional well-being, it is not only related to health, it's more related to your mind also. Small setbacks in your life, people are taking big decisions, like ending their life. Lot of suicides, they are happening because of the emotional imbalance that they are going through. By practicing mudras, you can also keep your emotional state in a balance. So when we say emotional well-being, many mudras, when you're practicing, it calms down the mind, it removes the negative emotions from your mind, and it fills your mind with positive emotions. So this is something which mudras do. And very important thing is longevity. Everyone wants to live long, right? Will anybody say, no, I don't want to live long? If someone is saying that I don't want to live long, it's okay. Then we need not worry about the corona or the COVID, because what is it going to do? After all, only life, right? So all of us definitely wants to live long, but the quality of life is very, very important. See, for example, if I want to live up to 80 years, but I don't take care of myself, after 60 years I get bedridden. Just imagine about the life after 60 to 80, bedridden. Will it be good? Definitely not. So when we want to live long, which means we have to live a life which is where we are healthy till our last moment, we should be in a position to do all things by ourselves. That is the quality life, and mudras gives that quality life. By practicing mudras, you can have a physical well-being, emotional well-being, spiritual well-being, and all these three lead to the long and healthy life. So now you all would be knowing why we should practice mudras. This gives so much of goodness to us. And not only that, not to do, just to finish with that, some of the mudras, they also brings in success. When I conduct workshops, people ask me, Uma, is it really true? Is it possible? How can, we can get success, by material success, money, fame? When I say success, success has a different definition. Many people have different definitions. Some people might say, I want bungalows, I want cars, then I'm successful. Some people will say, like, I want to be known to many people, I'm successful. Some people will say, when I go and sleep, I want a peaceful, sleep, I'm successful. So whatever be your, thought about success, mudras, by practicing mudras, you can get all of them. And when people ask me, is it true? I only say only one thing. Please practice and see. You're not going to lose anything by practicing, because it is very, very simple. And spiritual evolution also happens by practicing mudras. So when we say about all these things, it is very important. People generally ask, how we should do mudras. What are the conditions? What are the general rules? So I'm just taking you through some of the general rules, by which we should do mudras. Basically, whenever you're doing mudras, because I'm going to teach you some of the mudras, so please have this in your mind. It will be very useful for you. Okay. So the place that you choose to do mudras, it should be well ventilated and illuminated, calm and quiet, and the floor you sit, it should be even and comfortably. We should not be sitting in a bean bag or in a couch or in a bed and do, but you can sit in a chair also. That's not a problem, but it should be an even flooring. And then the best time is the early morning. And when you do mudras, you should do it on an empty stomach. When I say empty stomach, it is not only in the morning, anytime, after food, you have to just wait for 1 to 2 hours. After 2 hours, you will be on empty stomach. And before food, you can do your mudras. That's the time. and the how you should be, your mind and body should be relaxed, and you should be focusing your mind on the mudra that you're doing, whichever mudra you do. There are a lot of mudras, and whichever mudra you do, you have to just have your mind on the mudra, and your spine and the neck should be erect. You shouldn't be, hunching your shoulders or hunching your back. Just sit straight and do the mudras. Very important thing about breathing. When I say breathing, uh, breathing is something very, very, very important. And just by focusing on your breathing, you can get rid of many problems, many diseases. Not only physical diseases, even your mental state of mind will become very calm if you focus on your breathing. Okay, so the regular and deep breathing is required. Do not breathe forcefully, and you should not have any retention. Retention means holding the breath. See, in this time, when especially when the corona was at its peak, I've seen many WhatsApp messages saying that breathe in, hold, and then breathe out and hold. Yes, these are all there in pranayama. These are the practices, but not in the initial level. In the initial level, when people do not have the right form of breathing, retention doesn't really work well on them. So very quickly, I would like to have a check on the breathing. I request people to switch on your videos so that we will just check on the breathing pattern, how we are breathing. Okay, very quickly, whoever it is possible, this will really help. All right, because I do not consider just conduct a webinar, just give my lecture and go away. I really want you all to take away something from this session where you can keep yourself really healthy. Okay, all right. So all of us are breathing, right? You can only show your hands. Fine, you can show. Yes, all of us are breathing, so we are alive. Congratulations. But the quality is very important. All right, so one small trick. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to give you any instructions. You're just going to, all of you show your right hand. All of you show your right hand. Yeah, take this right hand, okay, and keep it on your upper abdomen. Keep it on your upper abdomen. Close your eyes. You're all breathing. We're all breathing, right? Just observe your breathing. That's all. Very simple. Nothing, no rocket science. Just close your eyes. Observe your breathing. You all can watch, observe your stomach moving up and down. Yes, good. This is very common, right? Now, again, you're going to observe this one more time. This time, you're going to observe when you're inhaling. See, the breathing happens, inhaling, exhaling. So when you're inhaling, what happens to your abdomen? Is it moving out or going inside? All right? You all got my instructions. So now you're going to breathe. The breathing, we do inhaling, we do exhaling. When you're doing inhaling, what happens to your abdomen? When I'm inhaling, my abdomen is moving inside or it is going outside. So all of you close your eyes now. Just keep your hand on your abdomen. Breathe and observe what happens when you're breathing in. Your abdomen goes in or comes out. Just observe that. All right. Thank you. Now, I would like to know those with video on, please do show me your hand. For how many of you, follow my question. For how many of you, when you did the inhalation, that is when you took a breath inside, your abdomen went inside? I hope you are getting my question right. When you did the inhalation, for how many of you, when you inhaled, your abdomen went inside? Show your hand. Mr. Chidambaram, yes. Yes, Mr. Jagdish. Mr. Balaji Indian. So when you inhaled, your abdomen went inside, right? நீங்க மூச்சு உள்ள இழுக்கும் பொழுது உங்க வயிறு உள்ள போச்சு, right? Yes. So for how many of you, when you inhaled, your abdomen came out? I mean, it moved out. How many of you? Yes, Pradeep sir, Devi, Menaka, Dr. Thain Mori. Good. All right. Now let's see how it should be. Okay. See, I guess currently there are 67 participants who are listening to me, and of which some of you have kept your video on. And out of those people, I could see, I think only 10 of you have kept your video on, of which 4 people for you inhalation, your abdomen went inside, right? And for others, inhalation, abdomen went outside. Very simple thing. When you blow a balloon, take a balloon, when you blow a balloon, what happens? The balloon expands, right? Balloon kaathu velila varum, it expands. Yes. When you blow the balloon expands. Likewise, our lungs are also like that. So in the respiration process, what happens in your respiration process? You take an inhalation through your nose and the windpipe, and then the air goes inside, oxygen goes inside our lungs, and there the exchange of gases happens, and you breathe out carbon dioxide. As I'm speaking to you, this has happened many times to me, and as you're listening, this has happened many times to you all, right? So now for those people, which is in reverse now, when you're inhaling, your abdomen goes inside. Basically, when you're inhaling, your abdomen should come out. All right, now the question, what am I to do? Is this wrong? So anything which is against nature, basically this creates a damage. What kind of a damage it creates? You will become very tensed, and it's difficult to handle some of the situations. And in the long run, definitely it will have a impact on your health. So how to correct it? All right, so I'm those people, for you inhalation, your abdomen is coming out, very good, keep it up and continue the same thing. So now I'm going to give you instructions. Okay, earlier I did not give you instructions, but now you're observing what is happening to you. So some of you have even responded in the chat. So those people, see, you need not tell me, this is not for me. If you observe the breathing is in reverse, it is good to correct it. So now let us see how to correct it. All right. Now please sit straight. All of you sit straight. Okay. Again, see, there is no such thing that you have to keep only right hand. You can also keep your left hand. But just for the instructions I'm giving you, take your right hand, keep it on the upper abdomen. Upper abdomen. Close your eyes. Now follow your breathing. Now I'm going to give you instructions. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Yes, you can relax yourself and you can open your eyes. Now, actually, I could see from Mr. Jagdish, his video is on. Actually, when he inhaled, his abdomen is coming out only. It is not going inside. So only one thing that we need to, how to correct this. If it is going in the wrong way, how to correct it is nothing but observe. Keep observing your breath. See, we are all breathing at least for 1 hour, just observe. How am I breathing? Nothing else you have to do. As you know which is the right way of breathing, when you're inhaling, your abdomen has to come out. So that is the right way. Now you have it in your mind. You have fed it inside your, subconscious mind. Every time, at least in regular intervals, when you're doing something, you might be cooking, you might be doing something, some watching TV, or attending a office conference call, anything. Just take few seconds, keep your hand on the abdomen, close your eyes and see how your breathing is. Okay, I'm inhaling, is my abdomen coming out? Just check it. As if you keep checking it at intervals, trust me, your breathing will fall in place. If you do pranayama, wonderful, nothing like it. But if you do not know how to do pranayama, or if you do not know, I guess in next 2 days we have another trainer presenting pranayama, another Uma Maheshwari Yogini, she's presenting. I hope you all can benefit from that session as well. Just keep observing your breath, and this right way of breathing will give you a lot of, wellness. So that's about it. That's about the breathing. Okay. So whenever you're doing, and some of you who've kept your video on, when I say breathing, I could see the movement from the body, the shoulder and all, it's moving. It is enough if we know that we are breathing. It is a very soft and the gentle and the subtle process which is happening every moment with us. So just breathe in and breathe out, make it a little deep. We say people breathe, we classify as, quarter breathers, half breathers and full breathers. So quarter, half and full, never forget this. So some of us or most of us we fall under this category, quarter and half, because we really do not know how we do not give much of importance. Please understand, the quality of breathing is directly proportional to your life, the quality of your life as such. Just to explain this, I would say, yes, most of you will be having pets. You can see a dog, how it is breathing. It breathes so rapidly, right? You can see the dog putting the tongue down, and it keeps, you can see the dog breathing like this. But you can see the lifespan of the dog. Average lifespan is somewhere around 10 to 15 years, wherein you can see the tortoise or the elephant, which has got the long lifespan. You cannot even see them breathing. It is very, very subtle. It goes very deep. They have a very deep breathing pattern. This is just for our information that I gave. So that's the importance about breathing. Again, I'm getting back to my presentation. I hope all of you can see my presentation. So that's how the breathing should be when you're practicing the mudras. And the duration, how long should we practice a mudra? This duration differs from mudra to mudra. In general, it's like 10 to 15 minutes. But there are very, very powerful mudras where these mudras to be done only for 4 minutes, 5 minutes. So it differs from mudra to mudra. And when you go to a workshop to any person who's teaching it, they would be telling you that. So it differs. And note, you have to do the mudras in both the hands simultaneously. And for some of the mudras, there are also warnings. If you are a person who learns through Google, be aware. It is very, very important. There are a lot of warnings for the mudras, because mudras are though they are very simple, they really work immediately. I have some of my participants here who underwent this mudra session workshop. Maybe at the end of the session, they can also share their testimonies or their experiences, because these mudras, you should not take mudras very light. They are very, very serious subject to be followed. Okay. And if there are any warnings given, even if you are working, checking some Google and learning, please do follow the warnings carefully. And about the posture, how should we do, how should we sit when we are doing the mudra? Basically, we give best postures to do mudras. And if not possible, see, as I told you earlier, many of us, many of the elderly people or even the young children nowadays, they are not able to fold their legs and sit down. Okay. So if there is a condition like that, you can also sit in a chair and do the mudra. No harm. Mudra still works. But only thing is that when you're sitting in a chair, ensure that your spine and neck is erect, and your legs, they should be placed firmly on the floor. You should not have, you should not cross legs and sit. Both the foot should be touching the floor firmly. And some of the mudras can also be practiced by lying down. For example, people who are bedridden. See, conditions like asthmatic conditions or bedridden people, these people can also do the mudras. They will also get the benefit. They can also do by lying down. Or for example, you're having a very breaking headache. There is a mudra for headaches, any kind of a headache, but you're not in a position to sit down. Your head is just breaking. Yes, you can also lie down and do mudra, still works. Okay. But why we say that, the best posture, why do we say we should do it in the best posture, is because asanas, they also have, they also work wonderfully on your body. So when you're doing in the asana, you also get the benefit of the asana, plus you get the benefit of the mudras. So it is like, in one stone, you get two fruits. It's like that. So you get, that's the reason why I'm showing some of the asanas for those people who do not know what these asanas are. I'm just showing, this is called as the Padmasana. This is the cross-legged posture. It's called as a lotus posture. This is the Ardha Padmasana, which is the half lotus posture. And this is called as the Vajrasana. thunderbolt posture, and this is the Sukhasana, which is a simple posture. We generally sit like this in our day-to-day life. When we sit like this. In Tamil we call it Sammanam Pottu Ukkaradhu solita. This is the Sukhasana. You can also do this. And all right, just a second. All right, so we have now seen about all these postures, and people also think, okay, we are talking so much about mudras. We say it's very simple, but it is very powerful. How these mudras are generally working without knowing that, our mind will not accept. I generally say your body generally listens to you. Most of the time it's the mind which says no. The mind is the culprit most of the times. So the main thing is to convince your mind to say that yes, this works. So you need to understand why these mudras, these are, we say it is very simple, powerful. Mind only immediately suspects how does it work. So you should know how it works. I guess everyone will accept, your body, the human body is the most wonderful machinery on earth, right? When we say machinery, there are different parts in a machine which really works together. And if the machine is repaired, if something goes wrong in a machine, you can open it, you can repair it, you can service it as many times you want. And if you have to, replace a particular part, you can do that. But in a human body, we call it as a wonderful machinery. But in a human body, is it possible? Yes, it is possible. The modern science has developed so much so that surgery is possible. We have different types of surgery now. Yes, it is possible. But we need to understand how many times can you open and close it? How many times can you do a surgery? One time you also do a surgery, it takes a long time for the body to, heal itself. So, if you're a believer, Tantra Yoga doesn't require belief in God, okay? Tantra Yoga, it only requires the belief in the nature. If you're a believer in God, whether the God created or the nature created, whoever created us, they have given us many remote control points in our body, okay? So, each and every organ, internal organ, the endings, the nerve endings of the organs are there in our hands and in your legs. So I would say your hands and your legs are the remote control points of your body, the so-called machinery, right? So, for example, you have TV. All of us will be having TV. The TV comes with a remote control, okay? And we are living. How many years we are living now? Now I am 40 years old. So 40 years I'm living, but only last 10 years back I got to know about this. But for the 30 years I have lived without the knowledge of this remote control. Just imagine you have a TV, you bought a TV, but you do not know, you want to change the channel, you do not know how to handle this remote control. What would you do? What is the use of this remote control? If you want to change a channel, there is a different button. If you want to increase the audio, there's a different button. You want to reduce the brightness, there's a different button, right? Likewise, each and every finger, it has got different purposes. It is connected with different organs. By doing this mudra, you will get a different benefit. By doing this mudra, you get a different benefit. So by learning this mudra, you're getting the knowledge of, it's like a user manual of your own body. So it's okay, at any age you can learn this, at any age you can practice this. So it is as simple as that. To simplify this even more, now you have this electricity in your house, you have the switchboards, you have the switches, and you have the light there, fan there, and each and every electrical instrument, or the fridge is giving you the cooling, the washing machine is washing, it is doing different, it is useful for different purposes, right? But when you go and switch it on, how was it working? It is because of the wiring that you did while constructing your house, right? And if this, when you're touching this switch, if that is not working, you know that there is a problem in that particular wiring. Your mudras also works the same way. The organs, the nerve endings, it is all there. And if you know this, if you have this knowledge, by doing mudras, you can basically come out of many problems that you're facing. See, for example, very, very simple problems, we take medications, right? Very simple. I'm having a headache. There are a lot of people. I don't know how many of you are having pain balm in your bag or a tablet in your bag. You can just answer me in the chat. Okay, how many of you? I have seen many people having, because they say I'm having headache because of that I'm taking tablet very frequently, and there are a lot of issues. Acidity, these days the quality of food is not so good, so acidity. So all these things, immediately we go to the tablet, wherein the tablet will have a, definitely it will have a effect, adverse effect on our body in a long run, right? So knowing the knowledge about mudras will really really help you to stay healthy, and to, these are very easy to practice as well. All right, again I'm going back to my presentation. I'm going to take you through some of the mudras which are very 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 useful. And this one simple mudra, I'm talking so much about mudra, but I'm going to give you a very very simple explanation about the common thing that we do. This is called as the Anjali Mudra. All of us know, right? When I started, I did Vanakkam. It is a gesture, a salutation that we do. This is the Indian system of salutation. I guess after Corona, the whole world is following our Indian way of salutation. So all of us know this. Vanakkam, Namaste, Namaskar. We know whichever part of India you are in, we all do this. But there is so much of science behind it, and let me just take you through these simple things about the Anjali Mudra. We call this as Anjali Mudra. This is a way of greeting. In Anjali Mudra, when we do this Anjali Mudra, you're just connecting. What are you doing? You're connecting your right hand with your left hand. Okay, you're just doing this very, very simple posture. So when you're doing this Anjali Mudra, what happens is, like in a battery, you take the cell, all of our remote controls have this battery, battery, this positive and the negative. When you connect these two ends, only then the electrical circuit is closed and you get that energy, right? Likewise, our brain, all of us know that our brain has got two hemispheres, right hemisphere and the left hemisphere, right? And the left hemisphere has got different functions to do, and the right hemisphere has got different functions to do. And the left hemisphere is controlled by the right side, and the right hemisphere is controlled by the left. It's the right hand control and the left hand control, right? This we know, all of us know, because we've studied this even in our school days, right? I'm just refreshing this in your mind. So what happens is, in your brain, we need to understand what at a time only one hemisphere dominates. It's either your right hemisphere or the left hemisphere. So in the previous slide, you can see the functions. Just a second. In the previous slide, you can see the functions of the left brain. Left brain, written language, numeric skills, reasoning, spoken language, scientific skills, all these things, are handled by the left brain. Left brain, these are the functions of the left brain. Right brain, we say insight, 3D forms, art awareness, imagination, music awareness, all these things are the functions of right brain. Now you can very easily relate to people around you, right? Some of them were very good in music. For example, I would say I'm taking actresses Shavitri, because there was a movie with around her, and we all know she's a very beautiful actress, who's got immense talent, but she could not handle her finances well, and because of that, during her last times, she had a very tough time in her life. At the same time, if you see some of the very big professionals who are very strong in the left brain functions, for them, the right brain functions doesn't really work well. Some of them may not be able to, appreciate music or the art. You can see this in our day-to-day life. Many people around us are like that. But when you're doing this Anjali Mudra, what happens? This connects left and right. So while doing Anjali Mudra, both the sides are connected. Thereby, this gives a better efficiency. Basically, you will become a very, very neutral person. It is just not, and you will be your efficiency, your abilities, there are various abilities within us, they get unfold. And you will become a super creative person also on the go. So this is about the Anjali Mudra. It is, and not only that, when we say Anjali, when we, give the say namaste to someone, which means that we believe that what is there inside me is inside you also, and I respect you. So it's a sign of humbleness, obedience, it gives the surrenderness. And when it destroys ego, the very very important thing, and destroying ego is the first step of jnana. That's why we say this is a spiritual mudra. So most of us are doing this, right? How many of you are doing? Say, in our system, what they have done is, whenever we see people, we salute them And whenever we go to God, we pray like this. Yes, so we have imparted this as a practice in our life. But one sad thing that we notice generally in this current situation, or in the younger generation, is they feel very shy to say namaste, right? Our children, uh, you can see your grandchildren at home, or the children, how many of you really, how many of the children really feels very good about saying namaste? Not really. They say, they give a handshake, they say hi, hello. But our system is so good, and it is just not that, it has got so much of science behind it, which gives so much, this improves your efficiency. So generally, when we do this Anjali as a mudra, I would say the time you have to do this mudra is at least 5 minutes at a time. So if you are a person who's very pious, you believe in God, please do it at the time of doing your puja or your prayers. But generally, even if you're doing it as a prayer, we generally do this for some time and then do the other activities. But when you're doing mudra, Anjali as a mudra, you have to do at least for 5 minutes. Okay, you have to do this as a mudra for 5 minutes. So when you're doing this as a mudra, what you can do is just keep your palm to palm touching. All of you, those who can, kindly uh, keep your cameras on, so that I can also see. You have to keep your hands palm to palm touching, finger to finger touching, right? Place it near your heart location. In chakras, we call this as a anahata chakra. See, Tantra Yoga is an ocean, okay? And this 1.5 hour time, in this 1.5 hour webinar, I'm trying to give all those things which are important for your life, to keep the quality of life, right? So just place it like this, keep it near your heart location, and close your eyes. Just observe yourself, and the breathing, deep breathe in, deep breathe out. Just keep observing yourself, and you will feel so many things inside you. You can really know about you. Most of us, who we do not know who we are really. Am I right? Who am I is a big question which Ramana Maharishi asked. And if we really get to know the answer of this, you will be a very beautiful human being in this world. Okay, so this one mudra, it is the Anjali mudra. How long can you do? You can do for 5 minutes, 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the night. There is no restriction. You can do even 3 times a day if the time permits. But least come least, at least 5 minutes a day you can do this. Okay, so that's about this mudra. I'm moving on to yet another very powerful mudra, which is very, very important at this juncture, especially during the COVID situation. And the name of this mudra, it is called as the Prana mudra. Prana. Pranan. When we say prana, we relate to the life. How many of you have told your people in the family, in Tamil we say, Em pranana edukada. Yes, Em pranana edukada. Don't take my life. We yell at, right? If someone is really bothering you much, we say, you em pranana vaangada. We say that, right? Yes, Menaka, thanks for being so open, honest, right? So this is called as the Prana Mudra. When you're doing this mudra, what happens is your prana, the level of prana increases, which means your lung capacity improves. Okay, thereby it has got so much of benefits. Let's see this one by one. So this is called as a Prana Mudra. I will just take you through the benefits first. When you're doing this mudra, what happens? Your prana level increases. Your body becomes energetic. See, when you're energetic, you can handle many things. Am I right? So for example, when two people are fighting, who will win? A person who's strong will win, right? Yes, that's why we say survival of the fittest. So how is one strong? Because he is very energetic. So by doing the prana mudra, first and foremost is that you become energetic. Your body becomes very energetic, and this strengthens your nervous system. The nerves are strengthened, and another additional benefit is that your eyesight also improves. And very importantly, this mudra is for your lungs. Your lungs are strengthened. Okay? Lungs are strengthened. Not only that, the Prana Mudra is an excellent mudra for paralysis and asthma. Paralysis is a condition where people will not be able to move their hands or legs. Basically, this is a problem with the nervous system. So when people are bedridden with paralysis, even for them, this mudra gives a wonderful benefit. Now there might be a question: people will not be able to move their hands or legs. How will they be able to do the mudra? Right? So the caretakers can make the person hold like this. Maybe you can just put a bandage or something like that, so that the energies will flow, and this gives a wonderful result. And asthma conditions, asthmatic patients, please note this is a wonderful mudra for people with asthma. And by doing this mudra, the benefit continues. Your mind becomes sharp and clear. Your concentration improves. Your memory, it increases. Many a times we all can, I guess all of you will accept when I say this, the decision making process, you know, the many problems in our life is because of the wrong decisions, isn't it? And when we are doing something, a decision making, if your mind is not clear, we don't take right decisions. So the right decisioning is we need to have a proper mindset. So by doing this prana mudra, your mind is very clear and it is very sharp. Thereby your life, the decision making process also goes well. Thereby it has a very good impact on your lifestyle also. That's about the prana mudra and how to do this mudra. You can sit in Padmasana if possible, or it is not possible, you can sit in Sukhasana. So I showed you the asanas earlier. If both are not possible, no, Uma, I will not be able to sit down at all. So I'm very old. Now I cannot sit down. If I sit down, my legs are aching. Fine, you need not sit down. You can sit on a chair and do. As I told you, please ensure your foot is being placed on the floor firmly. Don't cross your legs. Sit straight. Keep your spine and the neck erect. And the breathing, deep and even breathing. For paralysis patients, they can do lying down. How long should I do this mudra? You can do this mudra 15 minutes per time. Per sitting, when you're sitting to do this mudra, you can do this mudra for 15 minutes. And if need be, you can repeat it 3 times a day. You go to the doctor, doctor gives you prescription, he gives you medication, says take this tablet thrice a day, take this tablet twice a day, before food, after food. He gives so much of instructions, right? Likewise for mudras also we have instructions. You can do it thrice a day. So who can do this thrice a day? People who wants to get this benefit. Asthmatic patients can do it thrice a day. If you are someone who already got COVID, okay, you already got COVID, please do this twice a day. Or if you're a person who's moving out now in the second spike of COVID, you're scared, please do it thrice a day, no problem. Or at least come Louis, do it at least once a day, very very important. So how to do this mudra? Touch the tip of the thumb with the tips of the ring and little fingers. So I request everyone to switch on a video for a better understanding. So touch the tip of the thumb with the tips of the ring and the little finger. Keep the other 2 fingers straight. You have to keep the other 2 fingers straight. So this is the mudra, right? What I will do, I will switch off, I will stop my screen sharing and I will teach once again. But there is a very important note. Prana mudra is a very powerful mudra. So excess of prana, it may lead to restlessness or loss of sleep. That is what I told you. If you are a person, so when people come for workshops, we give this very clearly. We give these instructions very clearly. But if you're a person who looks at the Google or just goes through the YouTube and do it, please ensure this prana mudra, this has got this warning, this note. So generally, we suggest people should not do this mudra after 6 p.m. All right. After 6 in the evening, please do not do this mudra. Why we should not do this mudra is because this increases your energy and it keeps you very energetic. See, it is very important that we need to have a proper sleep to have a proper health. If you are becoming energy in the night, is it really useful to anyone? Many people know what they say, I am not getting sleep. That is why I am in the social media. You can see more people very active in the WhatsApp groups after 10 o'clock. Please understand, the night time is to sleep. Okay. If you do this mudra in the evening at 6 o'clock, your sleep will be disturbed. Thereby, we do not want to have any, adverse impact. But So is it that no one should do this mudra in the evening? Please understand, if you are studying for your exams, preparing for your exams, or people who are working in the night shift, they are supposed to be awake. So whenever you want to be awake, whenever you want to be energetic, you can do this mudra. People who are in the night shift can do. If you are planning to do a driving in the night, please do this mudra in the night, right? So basically this keeps you very alert, it keeps you very energetic. You all can actually try this, and this really works well, and especially in this COVID situation, this mudra is very, 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 very important. All right, can we all do this now? So these last two fingers, ring finger and the little finger, bend the finger, touch with the tip. It is not like this, touch with the tip, okay? And keep the other two fingers straight. Can you see this? Those of you who can keep your video on, please keep it on. So basically, this is the Prana mudra. This is how you have to do the mudra. See, for the sake of showing, I'm showing like this. How you have to do the mudra is, however you are doing, even if you're sitting in the chair, make it like this, okay? Palm facing the sky. Palm facing the sky. Because I cannot show you now in the virtual platform. That's why I'm showing you like this. The position is like this, but you have to sit down, place it on your lap. Even if you're sitting on a chair, no problem. Place it on your lap and do the mudra. Right? Clear? That's about the Prana Mudra. Any questions that you may have, please park it. At the end of the session, we will have some time to get your doubts clarified. At that time, you can ask for the doubts. All right, so this is something very important. So for the lungs, I gave you this one mudra. Now I felt another important thing is, most of us are, now only the COVID has come, as I told you earlier. Before the COVID also, we have a lot of issues, diabetes, heart issues, asthma. These are big, big problems that we were facing even before COVID, right? So now I'm going to give you a mudra for the control of diabetes. Okay, so this mudra is called as the Apana mudra. This mudra is called as Apana mudra. I'm sharing my screen once again. So whoever has got diabetes here, please pay attention. Can you all see the screen? Yes? Screen is visible? Yeah. So this is called as the Apana mudra. The benefits of doing this mudra is basically this mudra purifies your body. It cures constipation, piles, gas, etc. This strengthens the body and the nerves. This relieves gums problems. You have problems in your teeth, gums. The gum problems will be relieved by this mudra. And also, by doing this mudra, the internal organs like heart, the intra-abdominal organs, kidneys, they are getting the strength. They are strengthened, and this reduces the heat in the body. It reduces the heat in the body. Very importantly, this mudra controls diabetes. Okay. Apart from that, the benefit still continues. This mudra calms down your mind. This gives the clarity of thought. Just a second. This gives, can you all see the screen? Yeah. Just a second. Yeah, clarity of the, I request everyone to mute your phones, please. Kindly mute yourself. Thank you. So while doing this mudra, it is just not about the health benefit, but also this gives lots of patience. This increases your self-confidence, and it increases the apana levels. Generally, we say the prana, apana. In depth, if you go inside, we call these are the dasha vayus. There are so many things that we need to learn. We talk about the panchabhutas. We talk about the dasha vayus. These It's a very, very deeply we can learn about this concept when you come to the workshop. But here, just to understand how is that we are getting this benefit, it is because your apana, it is a vayu in your body, which plays a very important role in the lower end of the body, from your abdomen to the bottom. So this apana, it increases the level in the apana, it increases, thereby you get all the benefits. So how to do this mudra? The best posture is Padmasana or Sukhasana. If not possible, you can sit in the chair. And how long can you do? First sitting, once you sit and do this mudra, you can do for 10 to 15 minutes. So 15 minutes is the maximum time that you can do once at a time. And you can repeat it up to 3 times a day depending on your requirement. For example, if you are a diabetic patient, you are a diabetic person, then you can repeat it 3 times. Others, you need not repeat it 3 times. Then the question is, no, I'm not a diabetic. Should I do this apana or not? Yes, you can still do the apana mudra because this helps in the gas issues, because many people have this problem. Many people have the constipation issues. This helps in these conditions. So anyone can do Apana Mudra, there is no restriction. So how to do this Apana Mudra? Connect the tips of the middle and ring fingers with that of the thumb. Can you see? You have to just connect like this. Give a mild pressure in the tip. That's all. Give a mild pressure in the tip. So that's about the Apana Mudra. That's about the Apana Mudra. Okay. I repeat, I'm closing my screen now. Yes, I repeat once again. Can you all see? Those with camera on can do this along with me. Open your fingers. Just bend. I hope all of you would have seen Rajinikanth's Baba movie, very old movie. He shows a gesture there, right? But it is like, bent fingers. Here, you have to touch the tip. Just bend your ring and middle finger. Touch the tip of the thumb. Just give a mild pressure. You need not pressurize so much. It's just a mild pressure. This is the mudra. This is how we have to do the mudra. So who can do this mudra 3 times? People who has got diabetes can do this 3 times a day. And how are we to do? It is, I'm just showing like this. Place it on the lap, palm facing up. You have to do this mudra. Clear? Okay. So we have seen 3 mudras as of now. One for the normal, your mindset. By doing Anjali Mudra, your efficiency of the brain improves. By doing Prana Mudra, your lung capacity increases. By doing Apana Mudra, it gives a wonderful effect on the intra-abdominal organs. Thereby, it clears many problems, and also it is wonderful for people with diabetes. All right. So the time that was given to me is 1.5 hours, and I think I have covered the maximum that I could do within this time, because I have taken you through the why we should do mudras, what is Tantra Yoga, and whatever I showed you, it is not even a drop. Not even a drop. I said Tantra Yoga is an ocean, and there are people for whom the life has really transformed by practicing Tantra Yoga. So as I told you, I'm an advanced level practitioner. In my life, I have got so much of benefits, and I'm the founder of Sri Shakti Yogalaya, and I keep doing this Tantra Yoga workshop now twice in a month. And after this COVID situation, I have made it virtual. Before that, I used to do it directly. Now, after June 2019, June 2020, I started this online workshop. And as of now, I've completed 19 batches of workshop. And I don't take more than 15 people per batch, not more than 15 people per batch, because I believe in the quality. And in this, I teach a lot of mudras, chakras. I give the information about chakras, how these chakras basically, helps us to be emotionally balanced. This is just not for the sake of knowledge. It is by implementing this in our life, we can improve the quality of life. And the benefits are given here. It gives health benefits, it gives mindfulness, it builds up the immunity, emotional well-being, spiritual growth, and as a person, as an individual, you can become successful in your life. So with this note, I'm concluding my session. Thanks much to top league, Mr. Arun Subramaniam, Mr. Mohan, and all the people from Top League. Thank you very much, and I thank all the participants for this patient hearing. And with Anjali Mudra, I pay my gratitude. Thank you very much.
Should we do this in same sequence? What you have shown?
Not required.
Should, not required. No? Okay.
You can do it. See, for example, if a person with diabetes, he wants to do this thrice a day, he can do it. Only thing that you need to understand is, do not do it in a full stomach. So if you're having your food.
No, I was asking about the sequence. Anjali Mudra first.
Okay, no, not required.
Not required.
Not required.
I was doing it in a different way. That's why I wanted to know whether it should be done in the same sequence.
Not required. Not required.
Excuse me, madam.
Alone, don't do it in the evening if you're a normal, if you're not working in the night. Thank you.
I am from Bangalore. How can I contact you?
I think my contact, I will share my contact number. You can reach out to me.
Please.
Can we do this mudra while walking?
You can do, there is one more mudra called as Jnana Mudra. You can do that mudra while walking.
What about these mudras? Can we do it?
Now
Mudras?
You asked me this question, I'll tell you that mudra also. You open your fingers, you open your hands like this. In your thumb, you can see your fingerprint, right? The fingerprint just converges and reaches one point. With your index finger, touch that point. It is not in the tip, it is in the mid of your hand, right? And keep the other three fingers little relaxed. This is called as a Jnana Mudra. You can do this mudra while walking also.
No, these mudras, what you taught now, can these be done while walking?
Not all the mudras, sir. I generally don't recommend. I only recommend Jnana Mudra while walking.
Madam Uma Maheshwari, not only Tantra Yoga is an ocean, you too are an ocean.
Thank you, sir.
What you gave may be a drop, but it was a honey drop.
Thank
really
you.
Sweet. And your presentation style is very nice. I was almost glued to it. Not as a question, just as a thing. Are there special mudras? I am M. Chidambaram, by the way. You might have heard me last week. Is there any mudras for pain? For example, I met with an accident, the shoulder pain is there. Like that, in case you met, are there mudras for pains also?
Yes.
Is it a temporary reliever or a permanent reliever?
No, we do have mudras for pain. See, if you come to the workshop, now I can tell you, but you will not be able to understand.
Okay, fine.
In the workshop, what I do is, in the first level of workshop, I teach 25 mudras, okay, and give knowledge about the 7 chakras and the breathing practices. We do many more practices.
Okay.
So generally,
I request everyone to kindly mute. There is too much of background noise. Nobody is able to hear anything. Please
When
mute.
is your next?
I have muted everyone now. Mr. Chidambaram, you can alone unmute yourself and you can ask if there are any further questions. See, in the workshop, I generally explain how we have pain, how we are getting the pain, why we are getting the pain, and how to handle this. So whatever problem you have, generally, just by doing level 1, you can get rid of most of the problems. And I have some of my participants here. Yes, Menaka is there. She may, give her experience once the question session is over. Yes, any more questions, sir?
Yeah, mobile number, please.
Mrs.
Mobile number.
Maheshwari, we will, the question answer can stop with you. The testimonials can follow subsequently.
Okay.
Because we normally do not allow testimonials on the platform.
Okay, all right.
Please don't mind. Please don't mind.
No problem, sir. No problem. Absolutely no issues. The only reason I said is these mudras are very simple and people really feel, okay, is this going to help me? People who have actually, done it, they will be able to tell better, because when I say it is about, we always talk so good about our own selves. But, people who have done it, who have experienced it, their words will be more good. I will share the link of the page and you can just go through that. And I have
When is your next workshop?
My next workshop.
When is your next workshop?
Next month, sir, in the month of April.
Dates?
Dates are not finalized yet. You can reach out to me. I have shared my contact number.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Contact number once again, madam.
It is there in the chat, sir.
It is
I have shared it in the chat.
It is there in the chat.
Friends, we will be adding all those who are not currently on the Participate to CNTR group also tonight into the group. Mrs. Uma Maheshwari normally puts her flyers in the group, so you can get all information from her. And she will be informing us also about her workshops. We will also be posting. And if anyone wants her number in particular, you can please post your question in the group. We will definitely send the number to you individually.
Thank you, sir.
In fact, Uma Maheshwari's contact number has been posted by me earlier, and as well as she herself has posted her number now. So those are available, and we'll also post it in the group, WhatsApp group as well. And are there any other queries or clarification on the session today? It was a wonderful session done by Ms. Uma Maheshwari. A lot of insights given on this practice. I'm definitely sure that you all had benefited, even though the time that you spent on doing the practice is less. At this point in time, if you have any further queries or questions, you may ask. Yeah, I request you to mute yourself so that we can hear each other clearly.
I have one question.
And perhaps I would like to invite Mr. Arun.
One question. I have one question. Atul this side, just one small question.
Yeah, Mr. Atul. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I have muscle myalgia. That's a pain in the nerves and muscles. So I'm not able to do yoga very properly. This has happened since last 3-4 weeks only. Earlier it wasn't there. Suddenly it started. Are there any, once I start attending a workshop, will I be able to benefit? Or is there something before I can do before the workshop starts?
You can do this Prana mudra, sir. Basically, this strengthens your nerves and you will get a good relief. By the mudras, the benefits that I have given, I say about the Prana mudra, this is for the lungs, but it is just not only for the lungs, it also has got multiple benefits. This strengthens your nerves, thereby your eyesight also improves. So I have given you many benefits. It's just not the physical health benefit, but also in the mental level. That's why I said this sharpens your mind, thereby your decision making process, it becomes more very clear. So thereby just by practicing mudras, you can become a different individual as such. That's what I said. Every mudra has got multiple.
You are muted. Kindly unmute yourself.
Okay, where did I stop? Okay, Mr. Atul, for you can do this mudra thrice a day. But let the third time be before 6 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I have a question, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
I have a nerve problem which has in my spine, which has led to loss of balance, and I'm not able to walk properly and pain. Okay. Is there anything which can help me?
How old are you, sir?
I am 65.
All right. You can contact me, sir. You have the contact number because a lot of things that we need to discuss. But of course, yes, Prana Mudra will help you too.
Okay. Thank you,
Prana
ma'am.
Mudra will help everyone now at this condition.
Thank you.
Madam, can I ask one maybe it may be useful or it may not be useful to everybody, but I am having my own doubts. See, nowadays, many people are going towards this allopathic medicine. And allopathy, homeopathy, Ayurveda, pranayama, acupuncture, so many conventional and unconventional methods are there. And there is a saying also there among the public that people are being confused by different versions or different methodologies or different medical these things. How you see this Ayurveda and Patanjali Yoga Sutra and Pranayama, everything are invented by Indians only, and somehow it has gone to winds, and now we are just following Western culture and Western methodology, and whereby the diseases are suppressed by the medicines, but immunity systems are not being increased. How you can in one discussion one gentleman told that Western people are showing with evidences that allopathy is the best medicine available as at now, We know that our medicines and our methodologies and our yogas, our mahashis might have done wonderful these things, and they have scripted everything. But how we can say that our medicine or our methodologies are better than the allopathy or some conventional methods which are being followed by Western people?
Okay, that's a good question, Mr. Sham. And to answer this, yes, you said that there are different methodologies, but Westerners are saying that allopathy is the best. So to answer this, my guru is a doctor. See, the reason why my presentation is based on science is because I learned this from a doctor. He always says that first of all, we should follow which is right for us. So here we should not say that this is not good. For example, allopathy is the way for surgery. If something happens immediately, if you want a relief, that can be given only by allopathy, no doubt about it. Okay, but for the other things, as you say, my guru always says, we say alternate medicine. We call this yoga and all as alternate therapies, Ayush, Ayurveda, Unani. So all these things, yoga and Siddha and homeopathy, we call this as the alternate therapies, alternate medicine. But actually speaking, allopathy is the alternate medicine. Why? Because this Ayush is there for thousands of years back. You see, Sushruta or Dhanvantri, all of them have actually given so many methodologies. And Siddhargal, they have given so much of methodologies earlier. But this knowledge has not been rightly transferred to people. That is a problem. And see, very importantly, Westerners, what they Okay, the Westerners, they do a research and they document everything, wherein that is not the case with us. And since you asked this question, I feel it is our responsibility now, because it is only you, me, and those people who are attending here. And just by my presentation alone, cannot be done. You have to practice it. You have to experience it. And after experiencing the benefit, share your experience with other people so that let them not go to the allopathic medicines. So that is what I would say. There are different systems, and each and every system is good in one way or the other. So see, it is like, road transport or the train or the air transport, which is good for you. You want to go, how soon you want to go. If you really want to go immediately, it is only the air, but it has got different, hurdles or the problems. So it is we who have to really point to, but allopathy is good in terms of surgery or immediate relief. But of course, it has got a side effect. Wherein yogic forms, it doesn't have side effect, but it will take some time and you need to have the patience. But it is just not only the physical, but by doing all these different forms in yoga forms, it is also the mind is evolved, your spirit is evolved. All right?
In fact, I wish all our Indian methodologies and medicinal practices should be a part of Atma Nirbhar program also. Then only
Mr. Shambabu, please, I will request that we do not go into this direction, which is really not required. This was a program, like last time also I said when that diabetes discussion was there, certain things are best left to practitioners.
Yes. You will have to
we should neither give our opinion on it, nor should we allow people to be influenced. It can have very serious repercussions, because the human mind is a very delicate organ.
Yes, sir.
So let us not enter into this discussion. Mrs. Uma Maheshwari's presentation on mudras and Tantra Yoga was excellent. Let us leave it at that. And discussions about which form of medication, allopathy, Ayurvedic, is really not required. That's my personal opinion, and let us not use this platform for such controversial discussions. I sincerely feel that we should share our knowledge and leave the individuals to take their own decisions. Please, I'm sorry that I have to intervene, because every time this sort of a subject comes up, I find that ultimately it ends up in our trying to run each other down. Allopathy versus Ayurveda versus Tantra versus mantra is not required. Everything has its place in this world. All the 5 fingers of the palm are different. If 2 of them are the same, you would call it a disfigured palm. Isn't it? The 5 of them being different is what makes it so holistic and so interesting. We will leave individuals to decide which form of treatment they want. And please, Mrs. Uma Maheshwari, your program was excellent. And I sincerely wish people would join your program and benefit out of it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. And this platform is available to you for, future also. You want to use this platform to, give more such programs. You're most welcome. Tomorrow we are having one more Mrs. Uma Maheshwari, who is going to be talking to us about the benefits of pranayama in a big way. I'll request everyone to join again tomorrow and day after. She's going to have for 2 days, tomorrow and day after, on pranayama. Now, friends, a small information I wanted to give you. Top League Training and Business Consulting has launched this program, Participates to CNTR, for knowledge sharing. Experts from various fields have been sharing their knowledge on this platform, and people are benefiting a lot. In a short span of about 2.5 months, in around 75 days, the total number of people on this platform has reached around 800, which is an extraordinary amount to reach. We want to encourage more and more experts, more and more resource people to use this platform. So what we have decided in our board meeting yesterday is that we will be rewarding and recognizing the top 3 best programs every quarter with a gift which will be useful to them, along with certification of excellence for their program. The certificate will be signed by our board members, and the gift will be something which will be of use to them. Not only this, we also intend to expand the focus of our program towards those who are contributing towards the society for the betterment of society. We have got many such ideas in our mind. To finance this project, the board has requested me to give portions of my international program here as paid programs, that is, pay what you want. Whatever you want, you can pay. There is no fixed, fees for any of the program that I'll be giving. And that money, out of that money, we will be sponsoring these awards, rewards, certification, and recognition of social activity. My first program on Pay What You Want is coming up on the 4th of April. And it is about turning failure on its head. Failure is by far the most painful thing for any individual. The rhetoric, failures are the pillars of success, is all very well said or well read. It's beautiful in a meme. When you put it in a WhatsApp, you might get a few thumbs up, but ask a person who has failed how he feels, and then you will know the psychological weight and the trauma that it carries. Fortunately, unfortunately, failure is a way of life, and failure is a way forward. People fail. Now, how to turn failure on its head so that it will be an acceptable emotion and you can build through it? Or how can you fail-proof yourself is what I'm going to be discussing on 4th, based upon my personal corporate experience of 43 years, over 24 years as CEO in various national and multinational companies. What does cognitive science has to say about failure, and what do standard management practices recommend you do to face this and turn it on its head is going to be the subject matter of those 2.5 hours on the 4th of April from 7 to 9:30. I will request Mr. Mohan to post the link, payment link, in the chat box. It will also be posted in all the groups. Whatever you want to pay, you pay. The original price of this program, part of this program, which is done on an international level, is 7,500 rupees. That is $100. But there is absolutely no compulsion for you to pay that amount. Any amount that you are comfortable with, you can pay and join and understand what those people who have reached the summit of success do to face failure and build on it. Turning failure on its head is the subject matter of the 4th of April, 2021, 7 p.m. to 9:30. I welcome you all and thank you for giving me a patient hearing. And I look forward to your joining tomorrow for Mrs. Uma Maheshwari's 2-day program on pranayama. Mr. Mohan, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Arun. I have posted the link for the payment in the chat window. And in order to help us to track the payments and in order to help you with sending the link for joining the program, I request every one of you who are willing to join by doing the payment to please share the information back to us so that we will have a track of it and then send the Zoom meeting invite to you.
Let me repeat once more, there is no compulsion on the amount that you need to pay. You can pay whatever you want. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Arun. So participants, whoever would want to join the program on 4th, you may please go ahead, utilize this link which I have put on the chat window. You may do the payment and please communicate that payment details to us and we'll come back to you.
Any question, please feel free to ask.
Yeah. If there are any questions, you may ask it now. Or you may connect with me on my personal window as well, or in the group that you may belong. Okay.
Mr. Mohan?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm not able to get connected through that link. Can you just check it from your side?
You're not able to access that link? Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing it, but it's coming to your blank page, that payment link. I will do it. I'll try it from the WhatsApp.
I will do, Mr. Nagaredi. I will send that out to you in the group.
I'll take it from the WhatsApp.
You can take it from the group as well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Thanks for your interest.
Okay. Able to connect it.
Oh, you're able to connect? Okay, fine, good. And anybody, anyone, any others who have tried and who are not successful, please let me know. I can send the link again in the groups. And if you reach out to me in my personal window, I can share that link to you on your window as well. So
this amount will go towards sponsoring the development of the group Participate UCNTR, where we want more and more resource people to come and share their knowledge. The amount will go towards, improving the activities, recognizing excellence, and also towards recognizing contribution to society based upon the recommendations of the participants of the group Participates UCNTR. We sincerely hope you will benefit from the program Turning Failure on its Head, and your payment will benefit the group Participate UCNTR.
And in turn, we will be in a position to contribute back to the society that we are in. So this is a whole number of objectives embedded in this program and the design of the program and the way that we are delivering the program. So please feel free if you have any queries, any questions on this. It's a very, very important initiative that we have taken. So let me know if there are any queries. Mr. Durga Prasad tells me that JC Bala has paid. Yeah, has paid. Yeah. All right. No problems. I feel that there are multiple number of people who are expressing that they are not able to access the link. I'm sorry for that. But we will certainly send the link and the details of the program in WhatsApp groups. Those who are not in the groups and who have attended today for the first time, we will certainly include you in the groups, and thereby you will be able to see the communication that comes into the groups. Yeah.
Mr. Session has already paid today evening.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Arun. Yeah.
If there is nothing more, Mr. Mohan, we can close the program for today evening.
Thank you so much, Mr. Arun, and thank you so much, Ms. Uma Maheshwari, for having come over and delivering such a wonderful program, and all the participants who had gathered today. And we had initial hiccups in the start of the session. My apologies for that, and will ensure that this doesn't repeat in future. Having said that, we have got a better experience in the rest of the program. I'm sure that you would have all loved the program as well. So please reach out to Ms. Uma Maheshwari for any queries, or if you have plans to join her session. And fundamental and more importantly, tomorrow we have a 2-day session conducted by one other Ms. Uma Maheshwari. So that's also an interesting program. So please do turn up at 7 p.m. tomorrow evening. And I would love to see you all by tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. Thank you so much. With this, we will call it a day and close this session. Thank you.